everyone, welcome back to the vlog. And if you're here in Vancouver, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about because the city has basically vanished into a blanket of fog. I'm not kidding you guys. Visibility was down to near zero in parts of the lower mainland earlier this week, and we're still living in it right now. In fact, there's a yellow fog advisory in effect for Metro Vancouver that's been extended throughout the week, meaning this ghost city vibe isn't going anywhere just yet. For the last 5 days, morning and evening have looked like alternate scenes from Silent Hill, in case you're familiar with the movie reference. Thick, low clouds pressing you in from all sides, taste of moisture in the air, and the skyline completely erased. And it's not just random wet winter weather. What's happening is actually temperature inversion. Basically, warm air up high and cold air at sea level trap all that moisture down here, and voila, fogged fortress. So if you tried going out the last few days and it felt like you were walking into a cloud wall, that's because you were. Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the vlog. Belated Happy New Year. It's been a while since nakapag-vlog kami ni Leuven. It's already January 18. I hope you guys are doing well. Vancouver is blessed today with the good weather. That's why people are out and about, including us. I don't know what's happening with your lives lately, but hopefully you started the year right. Kami dito sa Vancouver, ang ganda ng past 2 days natin. We're just chilling. Ano bang mga kaganapan sa life namin ni Leuven here in Vancouver? We wanted to share with you that before we ended 2025, we got our PR or permanent residency confirmation from IRCC. So we are so blessed and we are so grateful na nakuha namin ang PR confirmation kasi if you are a Filipino living here in Vancouver or you're a temporary resident here in Vancouver, nako, I'm sure alam mo kung gaano kahirap makakuha ng PR approval lately from IRCC given Canada's very complicated immigration program. Pero syempre, kami ni Leuven ay nagdadasal para sa mga kababayan natin who are still processing their PR status here in Canada. It's a precarious year for most Filipinos who are still working on their PR status, and we can only pray for you guys at sana sooner than you expected makuha nyo na din ang PR confirmation ninyo. But we wanted to share yung journey namin. We are not gonna do it or we're not gonna do a DIY video katulad ng mga nakikita ninyo sa mga ibang contents. Pero siguro this time kami lang ni Leuven, we wanted to share our PR journey in a smoother way, hindi na yung masyadong marami pang, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3, and so on. Siguro gusto lang namin quick kwento in terms of how did we start our PR journey. Kailan ba kami nag-migrate dito? If you've been watching the vlog, I'm sure you know by now na we started here in Canada or we arrived here in Canada August of 2022. Nakapag-international student ako. I finished my 2-year program. We lived in saan tayo nakatira nun? London, Ontario, right, for 2 years, and then we decided, okay, we want to try and check out Vancouver, BC. So we visited Vancouver in 2024, mid-year of 2024, and 6 months after, we found ourselves staying here already. It's been a year since we moved here in Vancouver, BC. Naging smooth naman overall yung journey namin. We can't complain. Of course, it's not a perfect journey for us. But overall, ano yung assessment mo in terms of more than a year of living here in Vancouver?
I think we made the right move in moving here in Vancouver.
Okay.
It's
I can't agree more. We like the weather here. Although Leuven naman talaga is not a big fan of snow, pero ako gusto ko na rin yung weather dito. Hindi nagsisnowstorm lagi-lagi. Today, the rest of Canada I think is covered in snow, pero ang BC parang chill lang, maaraw pa din, hindi pa rin nagsisnow, right?
I used to be a fan of snow, but after experiencing
After living in London,
yeah,
Ontario,
living in London, Ontario,
we had enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
yeah. So, yun lang yung gusto naming i-share in terms of highlight ng 2025 namin. Paano ba namin sinimulan yun? Some tips na if you may allow us that we can share with you. I think it's important na number one is you do your research. Immigrating to Canada is not an easy feat. It's not an easy task kung hindi ka prepared in terms of research, saan bang province gusto mong mag-settle in? Ano ba yung in-demand occupation na you can pursue? And saan ba tong province na to prevalent, right? If you are coming here as an international student, hindi ka po pwedeng mag-take lang ng course na na-take ng mga friends mo dahil naging successful yung PR pathway nila. This time, given how, like what I said, given how precarious Canada's immigration program is, kailangan targeted talaga sa mga in-demand occupation yung course mo if you will be studying here in Canada, and you need to be cognizant as well na kapag tapos ng course mo, kailangan merong opportunity for you to practice that profession. Otherwise, it might be difficult than you expect kung mag-a-apply ka na ng PR pathway. So for us, sa case namin, we did a lot of research para then malaman exactly ano yung province na gusto namin and ano yung pathway that will carry both of us through our journey. So ako nag-international student ako, but before coming here, si Leuven nakapag-NCLEX na sa Manila pa lang. So we knew exactly na pagdating namin dito sa Canada, eventually he will be practicing his profession as a registered nurse. Leuven was a registered nurse back in the Philippines for more than 10 years. Naging medical coder din siya. But we knew na pagdating namin dito sa Canada, eventually he will practice his profession again, and nakapag-practice siya sa Ontario as a registered nurse. It took us almost a year then para i-process lahat ng documents, lahat ng certification. Alam mo naman dito sa Canada, hindi ka lang basta pwedeng mag-apply just because registered nurse ka from the Philippines. Kailangan meron kang certification from NNAS, kailangan makakuha ka din ng certification certification from CNO, correct? So,
Yeah,
nagawa namin yon.
ang CNO is actually, because we used to live in London, Ontario, so CNO is the regulatory body ng nursing sa
in Ontario. And then dito sa British Columbia, BCCNM, and
BC College of Nurses and Midwives.
Midwives. So, pinrocess din namin yan before kami nag-move here in Vancouver. After completing my program, nag-decide kami na mag-move here in Vancouver bilang gusto talaga namin ang vibe ng Vancouver. 30 minutes from downtown, may Squamish na, may Cypress Mountain. An hour from downtown Vancouver, you can go to Whistler, which is the ski area here in Vancouver. Ang daming tourist spots, ang daming po pwedeng gawin within BC, and we feel na this is the kind of city vibe na gusto talaga namin. Very us in terms of lifestyle. Nakakuha din ng work si Leuven dito. He got a job offer from one of the healthcare authorities here in BC. That's why it was easier for us to move from London, Ontario to Vancouver, BC. So we are so grateful for that. So yun yung, I guess, isa sa mga tips namin, do your research. It's important na you know exactly the direction that you need to take, saang province ka, ano yung in-demand occupation, ano yung in-demand course that you can potentially pursue after you have completed your degree. If you are coming here with your spouse, with your wife, or with your husband, it's also important na dapat pareho nyong i-consider Hindi lang po pwede na yung isa lang ang makakapag-work and yung isa medyo magsa-struggle kasi Vancouver is an expensive city to live in. So kailangan magtutulungan talaga kayo when it comes to your finances. From doing your research, you need to be, number two is you need to be financially ready or you need to be financially prepared. Medyo nasabi na namin to, Vancouver is an expensive city, but in general, Canada is an expensive country to live in. Right? Hindi ka po pwede, magtatrabaho na lang ako, I'll take an entry-level job with minimum wage and bahala na si Lord tumulong sa amin. Of course, you can always pray, but at the same time, you need to be smarter than that. You need to anticipate na your expenses will be in dollars and kapag kulang ang budget, it will be difficult. It will be extra challenging for you guys to survive, let alone to thrive here in Canada. So for us, we are blessed somehow na I'm still able to work remotely. So tuloy-tuloy pa din yung earning ko. And then Leuven as a registered nurse here in Vancouver with this 10 years of work experience is able to really get a job offer and a salary or compensation that will really allow us to live a comfortable life in one of the most expensive cities in North America. So we are grateful for that. That's why number 2 tip talaga namin for you guys to be financially prepared kapag magmamigrate kayo dito sa Canada. Number 3 tip for you guys, if we can share this, siguro number 3 is you need to hire a licensed immigration consultant or an immigration lawyer. Bakit ko nasabi yon? Kasi saturated yung applications sa IRCC to IRCC dahil ang dami talaga gusto maging PR. And IRCC officers, kapag merong mali sa application, and if you've been watching other YouTube vlogs, I'm sure you know this, dine-deny talaga nila. May isang document ka lang na kulang, instead of asking you to resubmit that document, they will deny it and mahahassle kayo. Hindi na relevant siguro these days na magdi-DIY ka and then tsamba-tsambahan na lang because after all, we're talking about your future here in Canada. We're talking about your PR status. I think more than 1 million people are expected to leave Canada because mag-expire na yung kanilang open work permit, yung kanilang status ay ma-out of status na sila. So, kung nag-submit ka ng application and you're not too sure about that, magdadasal ka na lang na sana bigyan ka ng another chance ni IRCC officer na itama yung maling na submit mong document. Nako, mahirap yon. If you have the budget, extra budget, and you can afford it, we really suggest to consult a licensed immigration consultant. Maraming mga tao na nagpapanggap na they know exactly what to do, but hopefully you're able to partner with a licensed immigration consultant. Sa case namin, special shout out to ACES Immigration Consultancy, Miss Daphne Lavina, and to Nonel Ramirez. Thank you so much for being part of our Canadian journey since day one. We are grateful for your guidance. Kung kaya mo din naman mag-hire ng immigration lawyer, maraming mga reputable Filipino-Canadian immigration lawyer who can assist you. Lalo na critical na masubmit mo ng maayos, ng kompleto at accurate yung mga documents for your PR status. Otherwise, baka magkaroon ka pa ng problema sa denial, sa misrepresentation, so on and so forth. Sobrang hassle nun. If you do the cost-benefit analysis, baka mas makatulong pa sa'yo kung mag-shell out ka ng extra money for the professional fee of an immigration consultant versus doing it yourself. Tapos mali-mali naman. So yun yung number 3 na tip namin na nag-work for us. I guess number 4, it's important na you get your documents prepared way ahead of time. Don't be a crammer. Alam mo yung last minute, i-compile mo lahat ng documents mo. And then kapag nagkaroon ng opportunity na pwede ka nang mag-submit, hindi mo masasubmit kasi may 1 or 2 documents na kulang. Ano ba yung mga documents na kailangan? I think for our case, certificate of employment, bank certificate, bank statements, what else? Proof of funds sa mga bank natin, kailangan din yan. NBI clearance, WES, World Education Services, that's something that you may need. What
And
else?
even yung pinaka-basic, like birth certificate.
Birth certificate, good point, yes. So, like what I said, I'm not gonna do a DIY episode just for this. You can visit IRCC website, tignan mo ano yung mga documents pertinent to your PR application and get these documents ready and prepared. Review the documents ahead of time. Dapat naka-save na yan siya sa desktop mo para kapag kailangan mong isubmit na, dahil time sensitive ang submission, especially kapag binuksan na nila ang TR to PR pathway. Nako, mag-uunahan yan in less than an hour. I surmise, mauubos agad yung slots. So you have to be really prepared. You have to be ready. Your radar should be on at hindi po pwede na mapag-iiwanan ka kasi ay nakalimutan ko pa yung document na to or wala akong time mag-process nito last week, hindi ko naman ina-expect na mag-open ng TR to PR pathway, ayun tuloy. So yun yung number 4 tip namin na nag-work for us kasi sa amin before we left the Philippines, ginather na namin lahat ng documents but obviously after 2 years, may mga ibang documents doon na nag-expire na. We had to retake our language proficiency test. So, good job sa aming dalawa because ng paghandaan namin yun way ahead of time. Nakakuha kami ng NBI clearance before pa kami mag-lodge ng PNP profile namin. So, very smooth. And even NBI clearance, sinubmit na namin lahat. Actually, halos wala ngang naging sakit ng ulo sa amin yung immigration consultant namin because like gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, yes, you listen to the guidance of your immigration lawyer or immigration consultant. That's why they're there. They know exactly what they're doing, especially if you're dealing with qualified people. But at the end of the day, we want to remind you that this is your future. This is your life. Hindi po pwedeng nagbayad ka lang. Tapos ikaw nang bahala sa amin. Ikaw nang bahalang mag-game plan for our PR pathway. You need to be equally involved. You need to do your own research. Kailangan meron kang direction for your PR pathway too. And it's really more of a brainstorming session. Batuhan ng ideas. What if we do this? What if plan A did not work? Can we do plan B? Hindi ka po pwedeng may plan A lang, may plan B lang. Dapat meron ka ring plan C. Right? Because like what I said, immigration is not a right. It is a privilege. Canada doesn't promise you PR confirmation right after you have completed your study. For international students out there, I'm sure you are cognizant of this, na after your studies, babalik ka sa Pilipinas, may mga ties ka doon, and hindi automatic na kapag nag-complete ka ng 2-year program, bibigyan ka nila ng PR pathway agad-agad. So, you need to really be ready, you need to be prepared, and you need to know exactly kung yung recommendation, yung guidance na binibigay sa'yo ng immigration lawyer mo or immigration consultant mo ay in sync with what you want to happen with your life here in Canada. Kasi binigyan kami with all due respect, binigyan kami ng mga options ng immigration consultant namin. While we so appreciate Miss Daphne and Nel, we had a very respectful conversation based on our lifestyle, based on our preference. Mas gusto naming mag-settle here in Vancouver, BC, kesa sa Regina, Saskatchewan, or kesa magstay sa London, Ontario. So, ang kagandahan ng teamwork namin, ng immigration consultants namin, and us, binibigyan nila kami ng options, pero we review kung ano yung options na binibigay nila, and then we look at our game, we look at our game plan, we look at our drawing board, and we assess, gusto ba natin dito? Meron ba tayong equal opportunity to work in this city, in this province, and do we really see ourselves staying here for good. And nakita namin yon here in Vancouver. I guess if there's something na masasabi talaga ng immigration consultants namin about us, very very decisive kami. We made sure na we are always 2 steps ahead of our game plan. Natutunan ko yon, having worked in the corporate world for the past 2 decades. It's important na you know exactly the direction that you want to take. You have plan A, you have plan B, and you have prepared all your resources, the tools that you need para maging successful sa PR journey nyo. Number 5, siguro and last tip na mabibigay namin, take calculated risks, right? Walang perfect formula. Pwedeng akala mo, pagpunta mo sa city na to, makakahanap ka ng employer, makakakuha ka ng lamia, makakakuha ka ng open work permit, pero hindi lahat ng plans na meron tayo mag-work 100% to our favor. Kapag medyo hindi nag-work to your liking, be prepared na mag-troubleshoot. Don't do it last minute. Kasi baka mamaya andun yung intent, pero you don't have the time to troubleshoot and ang ending kailangan mo nang bumalik sa Pilipinas or ma-out of status ka na. So, yun din siguro yung parang you have to calculate the risk but at the same time, you need to take calculated risk. Alam mo, kami ni Louven, between the two of us, ako yung risk taker talaga. Initially, nagkaroon kami ng invitation from Ontario, pero gusto ko talagang Vancouver And sabi ko kay Louven, alam mo, I am willing to take the risk. Madedelay yung submission natin ng PR status natin for probably 6 months. But yung long term nito, at least pupunta tayo sa city na gusto natin and hindi tayo mapipilitan tumira sa city na to for minimum of 2 years dahil sila yung nagbigay sa atin ng permanent residency status. Kasi ganun yan, di ba? If you get invited by a certain province, you need to stay there for 2 years. Otherwise, baka mamaya kanselahin nila yung PR confirmation na binigay nila sa'yo. So kami, we took that risk.
But lo and behold, mas napaganda pa actually.
Correct. Mas napaganda pa, mas napadali pa. And babalik talaga yan sa number 1 tip namin. If you have done a thorough and careful research in terms of your PR journey, PR pathway, you'll be in a position where you can take calculated risk kasi alam mo na yung decisions mo are well-informed and may pinanghuhugutan yung basis ng risk calculation mo versus, okay, I'm gonna take a calculated risk, punta ako from province 1 to province 2. Pag hindi nag-work, pupunta naman ako sa province 3. Sa ating mga immigrants here in Canada, lalo na kapag naghahabol ng PR status, time is our enemy. They're not gonna wait for us na makapag-decide exactly kung saan natin gustong mag-settle down, kung kailan makakomplete yung mga papers natin. So, lagi tayo naghahabol. So, we need to be ready. We need to be prepared while we take calculated risks. And that's it. Naku, ang haba na ng kwentuhan natin. But Louven and I just wanted to say hi and I hope you guys are doing well and we wanted to share lang siguro yung aming simple experience, ang aming PR journey here in Canada. If you are watching this and you are still working on your Canadian PR status, we pray for you. We wish you all the best. Sana i-guide ka ni God para tama yung mga decisions, tama yung mga diskarte na gawin mo as you get that very elusive PR status here in Canada. I guess that's it. We're just gonna end our video for today at hopefully samahan mo pa rin ang aming journey dito sa Vancouver as we make more memories together here in the beautiful province of BC.